Alright, I want it to be known that the only reason that I am unboxing this doll is for YouTube. Because while I'm not technically an inbox collector, I really do not like disturbing the originality of things. And I think this doll is actually going to be a collector's item for quite a few many years. But for YouTube, we're going to take her out of the box because I know a lot of you kind of want to see like the back of the doll's head, for instance. She's got a really cool stand, and I'm personally honestly kind of dying to see all these details as well because the Barbie dolls have finally shipped after almost an entire year of waiting. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jonathan and I have a BBC even though you can't see it on camera. But I'm actually more known for my gigantic obsessive American Girl doll collection, but today we get the best of both worlds and we have the brand new first of its kind American Girl and Barbie collaboration. These dolls actually went on sale for a pre-order almost a year ago. I think it was back in November, so they did ship a little bit early. And honestly, I thought maybe we would get them a little bit sooner than now even. But yeah, back in November, I think American Girl and Mattel were just sort of like, oh wait, we forgot about American Girl with a Barbie movie collaboration. So I kind of think they threw this together last minute. That's why it was on pre-order, and then it took an entire year to actually have them made. So while the hype for the Barbie movie is, I think, pretty much over, I'm still really excited because I really do love Barbie. Barbie and American Girl were basically my favorite brands when I was a child, although American Girl was technically Pleasant Company at the time. But it is so cool to see a collaboration between the two brands because I do think we're actually going to be getting more of these based on some of the rumors that have been trickling through the rumor mill. So I'm really glad I was able to get my hands on the very first collab of all of them because I do think these things are already being listed on eBay for like twice their retail value, which is super annoying. So luckily I got this doll for somewhere in the ballpark, I think $300, which again, if you're here and you're a Barbie person and you're just kind of like dipping a toe to see what's going on in the American Girl world, that is quite high. But these dolls are huge. As you can see, like they're 18-inch dolls. So they are a 1/3 scale versus like a 1/6 scale for Barbie and other fashion dolls. So they are quite big. And these dolls are also sculpted to look like 9-year-olds that are approaching their 10th year on this planet. Is that how the math works? Anyway, these are like child sculpted dolls, I guess. So yeah, it is a little bit bizarre that we have like a Barbie costume on these dolls. It's a little bit toddlers and tiaras, but I have to say, it's not really that big of a deal. I know a lot of people were like really up in their feels about it on Facebook, last year when they were like, oh my God, I can't believe they put a 9-year-old doll in a bikini. And like, y'all, I mean, seriously, who cares? It's a Barbie costume. That's kind of how I look at it. Like, this isn't Barbie herself. I just see it as like a kid dressed up as Barbie for Halloween. And from the looks of it, it looks like they did a good job. I obviously had a quick peek at her when the mail arrived because I needed to see if her head was on backwards or whatever. But yeah, she looks like she's in pretty good shape. I think her hair is a little bit messed up, but we are going to take her out of the box, so maybe I can like fix it a little bit. And if you want to know a little bit of a secret, I actually did buy two, so I can open this one, and then I still have a brand new mint in the box one that's supposed to arrive tomorrow, so hopefully she doesn't arrive headless and is in good shape. But yeah, today we're going to take this one out and have a look at kind of all of the details, and I think we're just going to chill and do it kind of slow because y'all have been enjoying the long videos. So yeah, let's just hang out and have some empty calories and look at some dolls. So yeah, very first thing, I want to take her box lid off. I think I'm gonna have to do it on its side, but yeah, I complain about the boxes every single time. Well, the color of the boxes. Other than that, I think this doll like is pretty awesome. I think they did such a great job with the doll herself, and ooh, I can see that the printing on mine's like eye makeup is a little odd. But my only complaint about the packaging and just the doll overall is they should have put her in a pink box. I mean, hello, Barbie is like absolutely known for being in a pink box. So I think that they, obviously American Girl is like this sort of like burgundy-ish red. It feels like their signature color. I wouldn't even call this a berry color, but I mean, come on, they could have done hot pink. Oh yeah, I haven't unboxed my collector doll for this year yet, but she was put in sort of like a hot pink ombre kind of box, and it would have been so much better for something like this. Even though I know that Barbie wasn't technically in pink boxes in 1959 when the Barbie #1 was released, and this is obviously meant to be like a take on a Barbie #1. I still think a pink box would have been nice. We love a pink box. We love pink. And I just feel like that would have made this feel a little bit more Barbie-ish, but I mean, hello. hello. This is like such the iconic like 1959 Barbie. We've got her sunglasses even that originally came, to the best of my knowledge, with a Barbie #1, as well as a stand. So yeah, we're just gonna start tearing at the box. I have a sneaking suspicion that this box is gonna be just as much of a pain to open as any other collector Barbie. Like, let me guess. Is there like 1,000 pieces of packing tape and plastic tabs on the back? Yeah. So this might take me a second to get out of here, and I might be regretting my life in a few minutes. But like I said, I really want to see this doll like in full, and I know you do too. So we're making this sacrifice, and I know a lot of American Girl collectors tend to just go ahead and take their dolls out of the box and don't worry about it. But despite my complaining about the box color, I really do love the boxes themselves. And these are pretty much stock standard limited edition American Girl doll boxes. They have that same really like thick laminated cardboard with a big window on the front. They really are beautiful boxes. I really have so few complaints about them. They're so beautiful, and I actually think they look good on display because most of my American Girl dolls are out of the box. So I think it's really fun to kind of like pepper like a boxed doll throughout the display just to kind of give some texture and variation to the display. So I likely am going to put her back in this box once I get her out. But yeah, while I know a lot of people do take these dolls out of the box to enjoy them, I like to leave them in. That said, most of the time they are actually pretty easy to put back in, but who knows? I'm probably going to do a disaster of a job doing that. So I don't even know where to begin with this. There are so many straps and pieces, and I kind of just want to take my time with this because, like I said, I do still want to use this box. So I'm going to like be very careful about what I cut and pick at. So who knows? This might be another 2.5-hour video. So yeah, I guess I'll just start with the things I feel like I can actually pull out without like actually messing the doll up. So I don't even know if you can see this. This will oh, just FYI, I still don't have a table in here. This doll is like on top of 2 U-Haul boxes with a towel underneath it. This is not a professional channel by any means. I mean, I feel like you probably gathered that already, but yeah, I think I'm already at a spot where I have to cut something, which annoys me so bad, but we'll keep going. There's a lot of like extra plastic pieces in here, whereas like the original, like the first American Girl like collector dolls didn't have as many like, I don't know, plastic backing pieces and stuff in here. I feel like they were a lot easier to take out. So far, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. I haven't had to cut anything yet. So we've at least got 1 arm and 2 legs out, and I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually have to cut this little tab right here. Gosh, this is almost like one of those memory games where you like have to look at the front and then like it's a puzzle to figure out like what thing you need to cut to get out of here. All right, let's give it a go. Ugh, I hate doing this because this will never be mint condition in my mind ever again. But I'm just going to cut the one little tab that's like on the top here, and you know, like I said, this is for YouTube, but at the same time, I do want this to at least look halfway decent when I go to box this up and put it on display later. So, yeah, let's see. I think maybe I'll be able to pull this through. Y'all, I hate this packaging so much. I think I have to cut both of them off. Let's see here. I'm using an X-Acto blade, so at least it isn't like ripping a million things. This is the back, and it's not meant to be displayed, obviously, but you know me. If there's a stain or a cut or a rip somewhere and I can't see it, it still bugs me. All right, let's try that. I swear, they do these things knowing that I feel like most people aren't taking these out of the box. You can just tell it's like, it's a little bit difficult and stuck. Like they thought, yeah, most people aren't doing this. But yeah, this is really wedged in here. All right, I think her glasses are free. I'm gonna set these aside because they're gonna go flying across the room otherwise. And you know what? I think I can get her arm out now. All right, I think all we have left is the neck strap. I'll get it close to the microphone because I love the popping sound it makes usually. So let's see if we can get another good one today. Oh, not at all. That barely made a sound. So anyway, I think that's, oh, no, hang on. I think her hair is like also attached to the box, but I think I can get this out of here without actually taking anything out. All right, yeah, she is free. Now, I have to say, this doll is super duper cool. If I hadn't expressed that already, I think they did a really great job with this doll. And I guess again, for people that aren't super familiar with the collector grade American Girl dolls, I guess they call them the limited edition collector dolls. They generally are the same quality, like the dolls themselves are about the same. Well, I should say about, they are exactly the same quality as their like cheapest Playline dolls. So like the Truly Me dolls, for instance, are like this same vinyl, which again, if you're unfamiliar with Truly Me, that is the like cheapest Playline version of American Girl doll. I think that they're $115 still. They keep changing the prices, so I can't even keep up anymore. But this doll was $300, I think. And a Truly Me doll is like almost a third of that, but the doll itself is basically the exact same grade. It's not like the collector Barbies, especially like the Silkstones. Like I would actually be really interested to see like a Silkstone American Girl doll. In fact, I would way rather have like a Silkstone type material for her limbs and head instead of like having the Swarovski crystals. I feel like that's where we're paying for the extra, like, you know, that's where we're paying extra, not only the license, but these Swarovski crystals that I think have to be hand appliqued. So it would be, I just think it would be really cool to have had like a Silkstone version of this, but this is like just your stock standard, like American Girl doll vinyl. She is super pale, which I know we knew that, but I definitely feel like a lot of the collector dolls lately have been like super duper pale, like Cinderella and the Frozen dolls were like basically like ghost white. And her limbs are a tiny bit loose, I have to say. They hold a pose, but they definitely feel looser than they should. But yeah, she has a super duper light skin tone, which I guess is fine. I don't have a number one Barbie, and all my like, I think the lowest number I have is maybe a number. I don't even think I have a number 3. I think a number 4 is my lowest number, but I remember them being like not quite this pale though. So I do think that that's an interesting choice. I will say mine's hair is like got more flyaways than I would like. I don't know if you can see super well. I actually have the studio lights on today. I'm risking a migraine for this doll. But I think you can probably see there that we've got a few flyaways coming out of this ponytail, which annoys me to no end because this is a collector doll. It's not meant, I mean, you can play with it, but they aren't intended to be played with. They're meant to look pretty in their boxes so you can show off to all your doll friends. But yeah, I will say her hair, like, they could have done a little bit better of a job, like, making sure that looks good in the box. And, again, the back is not, like, that big of a deal, but you can kind of see where it's not, like, a super duper tight ponytail. Totally fine, but yeah, these flyaways are, like, I don't really love that, I have to say. I will say the swimsuit material doesn't feel particularly nice. It does have kind of, like, sort of like, I mean, I guess it's a swimsuit. I guess it's supposed to feel like kind of like almost like tint material. So I guess I have to let that slide because that was probably intentional. But the Barbie, like the original Barbie swimsuit was kind of, I think it was knitted, but it was definitely like thicker and more textured. I think that would have been a cool choice for that. But, they did take some creative liberties with this. I think some of it was because, like I said before, this is like technically like a 9-year-old head sculpt. So, maybe that was one of the decisions they made in giving like straps on this instead of having like a strapless, like one-piece bathing suit. So I would guess, it's a little bit budget and a little bit trying to like cover the logistics of dressing a doll like this versus like a 6-inch, or how big is Barbie? She's not 6 inches, but a 1/6 scale fashion doll. So yeah, all in all, the suit isn't bad. It's definitely been bedazzled. And you can see here, like, hopefully, yeah, like I said, I have my studio lights on, so she really sparkles under the lights today. And I feel like I at least got my money's worth with the Swarovski crystals on this one, because often lately, I feel like some of these collector dolls have had, like, just a smattering of crystals, and I'm like, so what was that even for? So at least we got a lot of shiny, sparkly crystals on this one today. And also, one of my favorite details that they did with this was give her this like hand tag that is basically the same design as the original hand tag that Barbie had in 1959 and the early 60s. So that's really cool. And it's made out of sort of like a vinyl material, and this actually velcros on and off, but I don't think you care enough to see that, so I'm just gonna leave it on. Another really cool detail is I want to say these are metal. I'm not entirely sure, but they did do her earrings in the same style that the original Barbie was. It sort of has like the little eye, I forget what it's called, like an eye pin or something, and then it's got the like ring in it, which is really cool. I'm actually curious if these come out. Oh, they do. I probably knew that at some point, but these earrings actually do come out of her ear for whatever reason. I don't know if it was that important to be able to take them out, but I'll take it. At some point, I feel like they're going to be making more Barbie stuff for the American Girl line. So that might be what they were thinking too, is like, okay, if they start selling some outfits that are like dupes of like, or I shouldn't say dupe, like replicas of like Barbie and the Rockers, for instance, you want to be able to put in some like big 80s earrings in the doll. So it will kind of help make her a little bit more versatile. I cannot speak today. I have no idea what's going on. It will make her more versatile because, you know, if we want to change her outfit and stuff down the road, we can do that. So that would be really cool. I'll also say I think they did a really great job with her face makeup. I think you can see it pretty well here, but they did sort of like that. Again, I never know what this is called. Maybe somebody in the comments can tell me once and for all what this style of makeup is called. I don't know why I keep saying cat wing, because I think it's like a combo of cat eye and bat wing, but I do think that eyeshadow is super cool. And then they have that like extra layer of blue on top of it. This is a beautiful abstraction, I think, in terms of like figuring out how to put makeup on a sculpt like this. I think this is perfect. I would make zero changes. And I love blue eyeshadow on both people and dolls, so I'm really kind of thrilled that this doll has blue eyeshadow. I think they did a really good job on the lip color as well, and I probably should have pulled out like an original Barbie to make some comparisons, but you can just kind of trust me and my memory, because my memory is so great. Not, but I do think they did a really good job with the lip color. I kind of have a memory of like more like the number 5 and 6 Barbies having more of that like coral color. So she has not like technically, I don't think like a number 1 Barbie lip color. I think it's more of like a cherry red kind of color, whereas this definitely is more like a coral pinky color, but it really does suit her skin tone because again, she is very, very light and peachy. So I think this like really warm pink color for her lips was a good choice aesthetically, even though it wasn't maybe super accurate to a number 1 Barbie, but they've taken a few creative liberties, so I'll let it slide. Again, I don't need it to be perfectly exactly like a number 1 Barbie. I think it's kind of fun to have some differences, and you know, I think that this is actually potentially going to be a really iconic doll for the American Girl franchise. So I think it's cool that she kind of has her own little take on a number 1 Barbie. But certainly they tried to recreate like the poodle bangs as well, which I really like. I think they did a good job of them. They're very reminiscent of like the pin curls that like Felicity and Elizabeth had, and I guess a couple of other dolls in their range, but I really like them. I will say I think they could have done a little bit more with them, or maybe mine's like, I don't know, I feel like they're like a little bit bare on one side, so we'll see when my second one arrives if this one is like a little bit jank or not. But yeah, all in all, it's pretty good. I have to say, I do like the wig overall. I love that they went with the poodle bangs. We have this like wrapped ponytail up top too, which is really cool. And I think they did a pretty good job of doing that like wave that she, like the original Barbies had in their ponytail. So all in all, I think the design on this was like they did a really, really good job. And of course they have the obligatory kitten heels, which I absolutely love. Ugh, these are so funny. Girl, don't fall down. But yeah, overall, I really, really do like this doll. I'm super glad I purchased her. I will say, I'm not sure about the eyebrows. I know that that was probably, if I had to guess anyway, they probably did a lot of revisions on these because Barbie's original eyebrows are like not the best. They look like, I don't know, they're just very like swooshy and angular, and I know that a lot of American Girl collectors complain about the eyebrows, and I certainly am one of them. There are certain styles of eyebrows that they do that I just do not care for, but definitely, like, I know a lot of collectors that are like, oh great, another American Girl doll with bitch brows. So, you know, that's their words, not mine, but I think a lot of people think that some of the newer eyebrow styles they look like a little bit angry or mean, and I have to say these might be probably the most mean looking ones I've seen them make. I don't really care. Like I said, I like all dolls, and I just, I like the weird quirks and things that, come along with their manufacturing and design. So it doesn't really bother me. I think they probably could have used another revision because I do think the shape is a little bit odd and not super reminiscent of Barbie. But I bet you this was a really big challenge to try and figure out how to make this doll reminiscent of a Barbie #1 without looking absolutely insane. So yeah, I think everything else is pretty much stock standard about her. I think one of the other cool things that is sort of new, it's probably not the first time they've done this, but I can't think of another doll they've done this with, is she actually has painted fingernails and toenails, which is really cool because I'm sure that that was like an extra cost added on to making this doll. So I do think that they really tried to find like those special little details wherever they could. And oh gosh, I mean, how ugly are these feet? I say it every time, but American Girl doll feet are so freaking ugly. Like, look at this. It's like so funny to me that they have these insane looking feet and these like tiny little painted toenails. That is so funny. One thing I am a little bit nervous about is this clear strap on the back of this little kitten heel. I feel like stuff like this does not tend to age well. It tends to like dry out and break. So we will see what this looks like 15 years from now. I'm not fully confident that these will stand the test of time, but I hope I'm wrong about that. But yeah, I am very, very nervous about the back straps on these. Luckily, they're clear and don't add a lot of look to the doll, but yeah, I'm not really sure that these are going to last for years and years to come. All right, hi, this is me from the future because I'm a dumbass and forgot to film her with her sunglasses on. So I'm just going to interject here and do this. I will say I think she looks so cute with these sunglasses. They are very reminiscent of the earliest Barbie ones, which I believe were white and had blue lenses in them. So this really does complete the look, and I will be displaying her with these in because, I mean, hello. I will say I am a person that loves eyewear on American Girl dolls, especially like the newer ones, but I just feel like it gives their face like more dimension. Like I have a doll, actually he's right here, I'll show you, why not. This is a doll that I didn't really like a whole lot, but I had him because I'm trying to collect every single boy doll that American Girl ever made. And this one was like one of my least favorite ones, but once I figured out that I could like put like a cool hat on him and then put some glasses on him, now he's like one of my favorite dolls in my collection. I think he is so super cute looking, but it's just that like added dimension that like eyewear gives a doll's face that makes them look, I don't know, it just gives them some extra like razzle dazzle, I guess. So yeah, I will definitely be displaying this doll with her sunglasses on because she just looks so quintessentially Barbie now. I like extra like her now that these are on. I will say they were kind of a pain to put on, and if you're not careful, they will pull her hair out of her ponytail and put scratch marks on her face. So do it really carefully if you plan to do the same thing. But honestly, I have to say they're probably not going to come off of her for a long time because yeah, I think I'm going to try and put her back in the box and display her like this so that she has a little bit more of a put together look and doesn't look so boxy. So that's what I'm going to try doing for my display. Also, one other thing that I didn't show the first time around when I was filming this is that these do come with a certificate of authenticity, and you can probably see the number I have, 3,987. So nothing particularly remarkable, but I will say they only made 5,000 of these, which is so crazy because I think some of their other like less significant collector dolls that they've made like 7 to like 15,000 of them. So only making 5,000 of these, I think that these are actually going to remain pretty rare. I'm really glad that I got a couple of them because they're already on eBay right now for insane, stupid prices. So I'm sorry if you're somebody that has to buy them at like basically a flipper price, because that sucks so much because you know how many of these people like on the, the days this went on sale, like she sold out in the first day. I think it was within hours this doll sold out on the like launch day. So I feel so bad for people that really wanted one that couldn't get their hands on one, and now they're having to pay like who knows how much on eBay just to get one. So that does suck. But yeah, this is the certificate of authenticity that comes with them. And again, they only made 5,000 of them. I will say American Girl dolls are actually really difficult to draw, which is why I feel like their books never depict the dolls exactly. Like they're not like one-for-one representations of what the dolls look like in real life. They always like abstract them, which I think is a good thing. They're just so incredibly difficult to draw. I think they did a pretty good job. It always makes me laugh a little bit to see a drawing of an American Girl doll because it does look like she has a peanut allergy. All right, anyway, back to me in the past. All right, let me put this shoe back on her, and I think we'll go ahead and take the stand out of the box. I was really excited that they actually shipped this one with a stand in the same way that the original Barbies shipped with stands to display them on. It would have been kind of a cool detail if they like put holes in the bottoms of her feet like the original Barbie, so you could actually just like fully stand her on the stand without having like the waist strap. So they didn't do it like the original Barbie stands. It would have been cool, but obviously all of the tooling and stuff to like make that happen was probably cost prohibitive, and they're trying to keep this doll at like $300 instead of $500. So, you know, I'll let that one slide. But yeah, let's go ahead and look at the stand. I'm actually kind of really excited to see what it looks like in person. But yet again, we have something super difficult to take out of the box, and I think I'm just gonna have to go for it and fully take the stand out. Like, as far as like taking this like plastic stuff out, like I don't think I'm gonna have the option of, well, we can try. All right, I think I was actually able to do that with only cutting one piece of tape, which is awesome. And I will tell you right off the bat, this is heavy. This isn't just like a thin little plastic thing. This will hold your doll upright. Now that said, you know, American Girl dolls, if they're new and their strings are like their stringing is tight in their legs, they do a really good job of standing up on their own. They are very well balanced, unlike Barbie. So you don't technically need a stand for this doll, I don't think. I mean, maybe the kitten heels might make her a little bit forward heavy, but if you were concerned at all that this wasn't heavy enough, this is actually like this feels like solid wood that's been painted. So this does feel like a good quality stand, which is awesome because American Girl is known for making really good quality doll stands. So I'm really happy that this is like not some cheap added on piece. This actually looks like it's really good quality. And the interesting thing is I actually don't have any of the newest stands, but I do have the original Pleasant Company ones that are very similar to this. And this is basically constructed the same way. Now, I don't have a screwdriver handy. I didn't realize I was gonna have to be Tim the Tool Man today, but my screwdriver's in the other room and I don't think I can take this off. Hang on one second. Some assembly required. So you need a full on like human screwdriver to disassemble the stand and put it together. I'm kind of bummed that I don't actually have like one of those like screwdrivers with the pink handle on it, but they cost like twice as much, and that is stupid. Unless you have one, then it's the coolest thing in the world. All right, our tools are pretty gross, unfortunately, but I think that's fine. I don't need to wash my hands for like the billionth time today. So yeah, basically you take the screw out of the bottom and you put the stand part in the top, and then for like obviously extra reinforcement, you go in and you actually put the screw in through the bottom. So this thing is going to be like super duper tight on here. So yeah, let me go ahead and screw that back in. All right, I did one manly thing today at least. My dad must be so proud of me right now. All right, that is finger tight, so that is probably good enough. And wow, there's an extra screw on here. Does that mean this doesn't come all the way out? Oh, that's super weird. Okay, so this is one new change, at least as far as this stand goes. Again, maybe American Girl's been doing this for years and I didn't realize this, but on the old doll stands, like from Pleasant Company, you used to be able like to pull this part out, like the part that goes around their waist. You could pull this entire thing out and really stretch it open so you didn't punch a hole in the side of your doll's body. But this actually has a screw on the back of it, so I can't take this all the way out, and this makes me so incredibly nervous to put this around my doll. Now that said, it does open up quite a bit when you pull it up, so yeah, it'll take me a second to figure out how to do this. All right, I have to go wash my hands. It's driving me crazy. Be right back. All right, so let me see if I can actually get this doll in this stand without punching like 1,000 holes in her. I don't even know why I'm doing this. All right, so we got this like super opened up, and the way I like typically do stuff like this is I'll put the doll in sideways because she's like obviously wider than she is like, or deeper, yeah, wider than she is deep. I don't know. Barbie's not very deep, I guess, but yeah, I just put her in sideways like that, rotate to the side, and then I can just push everything down. Yeah, you can see that. Push all of this down. This is really difficult, like on top of 2 empty U-Haul boxes, by the way. This is all going to come crashing down, and then I'm going to be in tears at the end of this video. Yeah, I have to say, I don't love a doll stand. I try and display everything I can without them because I just think that they're so distracting, and I don't like the little thing around the waist. But I think they did a pretty good job of not having like it go all the way around the waist. Though that said, like she just straight up falls out of this. Like I will say this stand is for looks. It's giving nothing. Like literally watch like this. Like there's your $300 doll like falling on the ground. Like yeah, so while it's the base is good quality. It seems like it's all good quality. It's just there's like a major design flaw that this actually does not wrap around her waist enough to do anything. So if you use the stand, like, just know that it's for like decor purposes and not actually functioning. But it does look cool. So yeah, that's a -5 for me because, like, again, like I said, these dolls really don't need stands to stand up on their own, but at the same time, it's like, this is almost $300. You couldn't have given me like 1 more inch of like powder coated metal to make sure that she didn't fall down, at least in an earthquake. But here we are. What am I going to do? Say no to an American Girl Barbie collab? All in all, I'm super duper happy with this purchase. Let me get this box out of the way so we can look at it one more time. Although there's one thing in the box, I don't know, you know what? We're going long today. Why don't we have a look at it? Because I think there's a replica of the original pamphlet that came with Barbie. So we'll kind of take a quick look at that. Hang on. God, what have you done? You're a stink booty girl, and you fart at the club, oh mama. I don't know what kind of angle that's gonna look like on the internet for thousands of people to see. All right, it looks like a tornado hit this Barbie box, so I hope y'all are enjoying the video today. And if you are, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. And if you're new here and haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you'd hit the subscribe button, because that helps my channel grow and reach more people. And it obviously helps my ego as well. We're getting really close to 6,000 subscribers, so it would be really cool if you could be one of those people that subscribed before we hit 6,000. So yeah, that's my spiel. So yeah, I know that's the same spiel that every other YouTuber gives you, but it really does mean a lot to us when you hit the subscribe button, because that helps our channels out. And we do this because we love it, especially in the doll community. I'm obviously not getting stupid rich making doll videos for YouTube, but I love it. And I would love it if you would join me for more videos. So, you know, subscribing might make that a little bit more possible. So what if 3 months from now you're like, oh yeah, what was that dumbass guy that unboxed that like Barbie doll on YouTube all those months ago? I wish I could find some more videos by him. And then you don't know how to find me, so subscribe and I can be in your life forever. Okay, anyway, here is the pamphlet that came with this, and I think this is probably just like a double scale version of the original pamphlet that is not in focus. So yeah, I'll flip through it just so you can kind of see. I think some of you watching are probably like really big Barbie people, so you might want to see like how much detail they actually put in here. What the hell? Like, this is not focusing at all. Who's stealing focus? Probably her. I have this problem all the time. It's like the dolls, once my face disappears, like the dolls are immediately in focus. All right, that's better, I guess. So yeah, really cool pamphlet here. Again, I don't know how interesting this is. I might like cut this up really quick, but yeah, all of these like original looks though. We've got like, is this barbecue? Yeah, and then we have cotton casual, which I don't remember, but I guess this was just like to upsell you on the outfits, obviously, because that was like Barbie's deal. It's like you buy the doll and then, oh my God, this is not focusing. You get the point. So if you're a Barbie person, you've seen this 1,000 times. But yeah, essentially, this is like a reproduction of the little pamphlet that was used to upsell you on all the original Barbie fashions, which are absolutely incredible if you've ever seen them in person before. Like, they have real zippers and snaps and everything. It is such a far cry from what Mattel is doing with like just the regular playline version of Barbie now. Like, especially Ken. Like, I actually have a decent sized like 1960s Ken collection because I absolutely love all the fashions from that era. So yeah, just to like have those dolls and just see what they were able to accomplish in 1/6 scale, because like zippers, like fly zippers are like literally that long on a Ken doll, and it's really, really awesome to see what, you know, humans are capable of, and then ultimately like capitalism takes over. But yeah, it's really, really fun like looking at these old fashions because they are still beautiful to this day. And yeah, if you ever get the chance to see some of this stuff in person, like the actual toys, they are so, so cool. So yeah, Barbie really does have a special place in my heart, even the ones that were around before I was born, because the quality was just so good. And it had started to decrease by the time I was a kid, like in the late 80s and early 90s. But yeah, that's just what happens, I guess. But yeah. Anyway, here is my Barbie #1 American Girl doll, who I have to say I really, really love her. I cannot wait to get my other one and actually put her on display, and who knows, I might end up selling this one. I don't know. I kind of want to keep both, especially if they just start releasing only fashions for the dolls. I think it would be so cool if we had some looks like the what's the one I love so much? Suburban Shopper is one of my favorite 60s looks for Barbie, but there's so many iconic looks. I would love to see like a handful of those released, and then I can actually dress this doll in some things now that I've basically completely devalued her by taking her out of the box. But yeah, anyway, I guess if you're still watching by now, I've already given you my spiel on liking and subscribing to the video. Don't forget I have a Patreon where you can watch uncensored ad-free videos of all the stuff that I have on YouTube, plus basically twice as much content that's made exclusively for Patreon. And yeah, like it's hours and hours and hours. I've done a podcast on there called Doll Diaries where I open all of my American Girl doll mail for the week and just chat about all the news, gossip, and drama happening in the community. So yeah, feel free to check it out. It's super duper cheap, and it is the best thing you can do to help support my channel so I can continue making videos. There's also a link to my shop in the description where I have tons of vintage American Girl items and awesome merch that you can buy to help support the channel and, you know, show your doll collector saucy side. So yeah, feel free to check that out. And I guess if you want to keep hanging out on YouTube, I have a couple other videos I've actually done on this doll a year ago. I guess warning, they might be super cringy because I cringe at every single video that I've made like more than a week ago. So yeah, if you want to check it out, it's probably somewhere in this vicinity. And if you've already seen that one, you maybe can watch this video. But yeah, I'd love to keep hanging out with you. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Later.